We could not have asked for better weather to get together for our first gathering in gratitude. Now next year, we won't be doing a gathering in gratitude. We're gonna be doing a party. We're gonna be doing our Barn Dance 2022, and we'll talk about that in a minute, yes. But for this year, this afforded us an opportunity to get together and to share and to celebrate, and I think that is so critical, especially nowadays with all the good work that collectively we're doing. I am Tom Malata, for anybody who may not know, Executive Director for LNRP. I'm going to have the privilege of handing the microphone off to begin with here to Carl and Liz Klessig to take the baton and talk through a few things and share a few words. Before I do that, I have to start with, on behalf of LNRP, our entire team, our organization, our board, I know all of you here, I want to offer a heartfelt thank you to Carl and Liz for hosting us today.
Welcome to Saxon Homestead Farm, everybody. I'm Carl Klessig, and I am part of the 5th generation at Saxon Homestead Farm, and it really showcases the sustainability and the beauty of Wisconsin, that we have the resource base for dairy farms and farms to continue generation after generation. I feel so fortunate to live in Wisconsin, where we have adequate water and great soil, 4 seasons, the Great Lakes, that we can have. This is truly amazing. And I'm very fortunate to be part of an organization like Lakeshore Natural Resource Partnership, because sustaining this base is what it's all about. It's the common denominator. It's why you're all here, is we want to sustain the base of resources that we all enjoy every single day.
Well, I'm Liz, and this is Carl, and I think our son Max is over there. There's Max. The rest of the kids aren't here. They've got things going on. It's called life. And but our children are Jordan, Valerie, and Max, and our son-in-law Justin, and then Robert and Kathleen are our partners. They're not here either. Robert is out in the great state of North Dakota doing some hunting, and Kathleen is having a birthday party for her brother, and the kids are there. So that's our 2 families that own and operate Saxon Homestead Farm, and we just love it. We love being here. We love living here. It's just great, and we're just so happy to see all of you, and we just can't wait until next year when we can have a big hoopla. And I see our wonderful friend over here, Scott and Ellen. Hi, welcome, thank you. I think you're up next. I can't wait. Scott has the greatest jokes. He tells the greatest jokes. I can't wait. Anyway, so a shout out to also to all of our employees, because without them milking our 650 cows, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. And they've been with us a long time, and we really appreciate what they do too. But I would love to introduce Scott and come up. He is our lead sponsor, and I would like him to come and say a few words.
On behalf of Nutrition Service Company, like she said, lead sponsor, we are so happy to be involved with this organization. It's great. Nutrition Service Company, Bob Block, the owner there, he has been doing the nutrition service work with Carl and Robert, and for the last 40 years. I believe it was 1981 they started together, so that's pretty cool. Again, we're located in Pulaski. We're doing, at the mill there, we probably produce about 28,000 tons of dairy feed per month. Something new and exciting that's going on up there now is we crush our own soybeans, and we sell off the oil as a byproduct right now, but we are looking at bringing in the equipment to fully refine it and make it food grade. So that's pretty exciting for us going on up there right now. Happy to be here. This is a great place. It's so inspiring every time I come in here. This place is awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. So one of the goals that Liz and I have is to recognize all of our sponsors. But before I do that, I want to also give special thanks to everybody at LNRP. Of course, we have a staff of 5 people: Tom, Jim, Rolf, Jen, Zach, and Nicole. We have a baker's dozen of board of directors. They're all here, or many of them are here. They're a great board, and we've met virtually every month since the pandemic started. So we also in LNRP have 17 groups that LNRP works with. So there's 7 partner groups, and those are partner groups like Friends of the Manitowoc River, Friends of Hika Bay. Then there's 4 regional networks, one of which is the Climate Change Coalition of Door County. And then, of course, there's community partners, and there's 6 of those. So there's the Friends of North Point in Sheboygan. So Star is right there. She is the coordinator of that little group. And then there's Peace Park in Sheboygan. That's just another example.
Mary?
So is Mary here?
Yeah, Mary's
Yeah.
here.
Right there. Thank you. LNRP does a great job of coordinating the efforts of all 17 of those organizations and working with them to accomplish the goal of preserving land, water, and our special community. Now, the sponsors. And I am very excited to say the names of all of the sponsors. We've raised about $9,000 for this event from our sponsors for this year. In addition to that, we had about $650 worth of donations and support, including the cheese that we're eating. It's a pretty big effort to do a little thing like this today. So, and there's a ton of people and effort that's involved to pull this off. So, without further ado, of course, you heard from Scott. That's our lead sponsor, Nutrition Service Company. Then LDS, the leading dairy solutions from Chilton. Then Eisentraut Ag Services. Dave runs a big company that he custom harvests and hauls liquid manure. Then Butine Peterson. We do have a couple sponsors here, and Butine Peterson is one of them. And I would like Ryan to say a few words, if you could. Please, come on up here, Ryan.
Yeah, and welcome to Mike Kleist and Ryan.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Butine Peterson. We kind of got introduced to LNRP here, and we've been donating, to them since. And we don't realize how fortunate we are. We're located a couple miles off of Lake Michigan. Having that lake next to us is just a really, we've done, in the last probably 5 years, that lake level's been coming up so high, so we've been doing a lot of revetments. We don't realize how nice it is to have that lake and the rivers flowing into it, and, we just found these people, and they're just really all about protecting that, and as are we.
I will finish the sponsors. So Family Insurance Center, Country Visions, the Dairy Business Association, Sixel and Schwinn, Ottery Transportation, Kiel Veterinary Clinic, Investors Community Bank, PDPW, the Professional Dairy Producers of Wisconsin, Baker Cheese, you had some of their cheese, and they're also a sponsor, Saxon Creamery, our cheeses, and then, of course, Mosaic Meadows is the holding company for Saxon Creamery as well as LeClaire Family Creamery. So both of those cheeses are over there along with Baker's cheese. And then, of course, Generations Catering, Cots Culligan Water, Maynard's Neat and Clean, Wisconsin Farmers Union, and We Energies. So the one other person that I would like to come up to the mic is Dale Beatty from Edge Dairy Farmer Cooperative. So I'm very proud to have Dale here with his wife Jillian to say a few words.
Thank you, Carl. It's an awesome opportunity for us to be a sponsor of an event like this. Just to give you a brief introduction to Edge Dairy Farmer Cooperative, we are the 4th largest dairy cooperative in the nation, soon to be the 3rd largest. I believe that will be announced sometime soon. We have farmers all the way from Ohio to the east to Kansas to the west. We represent about 875 farms across the Midwest. And our main goal is to keep farmers on the land. And that's what a group like this is all about, and what our organization is all about, is keeping farmers sustainable. And the way you keep farmers sustainable is to keep them profitable. The way you keep them profitable is to make sure that they take care of the natural resources, the water, the land, and everything that's going to produce a crop and livestock on that operation, that farm. And so to have Carl and Liz as our members, and to see the great work that they're doing with your organization is so inspiring to me and to our organization. We have a sister organization. We're very forward-looking, very progressive. Our farmers looking to the future, and the future is going to be working with groups and having farmers create their own watershed groups. And so we have a sister organization called Farmers for Sustainable Food. And I know they haven't worked directly with your group yet, but we are working with 8 different watershed groups throughout the state right now, trying to help them come together and have farmers being a part of the solution and not fighting environmental standards, but being part of the solution and making sure that we are taking care of our land and water and all the resources that we need to do, because that's all about being sustainable. Thank you for having myself and Jillian here. We're very proud to be recognized with the Klessigs and recognized with your group as well. Thank you for having us.
So I'm very, very proud of all of the sponsors and the organizations they represent once again. So Tom, thank you.
Thank you, Carl. And actually, I'm going to invite up Jim Kettler. Rolf, where are you? Up, if you would, please. And Eric Fowle, our board vice president. These 3 gentlemen are going to take the baton, actually, because we've got a special surprise award that we're going to be honoring today, one of our board members. And so they're going to take the mic from here. Very exciting stuff.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jim Kettler. I've been part of LNRP since 2005. Joining the board and then becoming executive director in 2006. It's been a wonderful journey, and we're here today to honor our longest standing board member. Tom Ward, I've known for many, many years, even before I was part of LNRP as the county conservationist in Manitowoc County. We've had a major Phragmites program. Does everybody know what Phragmites is? It's that tall grass that pretty well outcompetes everything else. And so we started in Manitowoc County in about 2011 with a treatment program. We've raised literally probably about $1.8 million in grant funding to try to eliminate and hopefully eradicate Phragmites. But one individual who has been fundamental to that process has been Tom Ward. He has worked with landowners, he's worked with town governments, he's worked with municipal governments, he's worked with our contractor, and Melissa Curran from Stantec is here today, who's the lead contractor on that effort. Without Tom, we would not have had the success we have had. And so with that, Tom, I'm going to ask you to come on up. Today, what we're going to do is launch an annual award called the Ward Award.
Oh, my God.
The Ward Award is a champion of lakeshore invasive species management, and we're dedicating this first award to Tom for years of dedicated and inspirational service to our lakeshore community. The Ward Award honors individuals, landowners, businesses, and local units of government for leadership of collaborative efforts to control and eradicate invasive species in the Lakeshore region of Wisconsin. It's hosted by LISMA, the Lakeshore Invasive Species Management Area, LNRP, the Lakeshore Natural Resource Partnership, and Glacierland RC&D that provides the administrative services for LISMA. And with that, Tom, here you go.
The Ward Award.
We worked hard along on that.
Yeah, that's what it says, too. Well, it's been a wonderful ride. I retired for, 30-some years, 35 years as a county conservationist here in the county, working on conservation issues. And after I retired, I thought, I can't retire. I got too much to do yet. So Jim talks to me, and we got involved. And I started with the county's aquatic invasive species programming, which aquatic was not all of it. There was still more, the whole world. And we've been fighting the political battle of trying to recognize all invasives, not just aquatic. We have an excellent aquatic program, but we ignore the Phragmites and the teasel and all of the other, garlic mustard, etc. and we needed to round it out, so we created LISMA, which was a good start. And I was pounding on the door of DNR and yours and said, hey, Manitowoc County, we are just getting Phragmites started. We are at the cusp of, if we don't do something in 5 years, it's going to spread and get as bad as Brown County, and if you're here from Door County, as bad as Door County. Okay, in Door County, it's in the manure pits, it's in the fence lines, it's in gardens, and now's the time to act. You don't wait on invasive species till everybody recognizes it's a problem. You act soon. So I approached Jim and I said, we've got to work on this, and by golly, LNRP stepped up to the plate, and we probably, and Melissa probably can testify to this, I swear we've got over 95% of all the sites in Manitowoc County. And now we're trying to set up the sustainability. So if I left my career in one thing, I think that's it, if we can leave a legacy. And that's another part of it. I had to walk away. I sold my house here in June, and I had to move out by the end of July. And I was going to work all summer contacting landowners, which they still do call me. But I really felt comfortable in that we've got some great organizations in the county that I can now walk away and do some fishing, and it's in good hands. And LNRP is one of the organizations that is in good hands. So with that, I say goodbye, I guess.
Yeah, Rolf Johnson here, the president of the board of directors, but also in the trenches with the staff. We were one of the people who had Phragmites. We introduced it intentionally because it's so beautiful. Little did we know, Tom, so I'm going to hang my head and walk off now. Eric?
I don't have a lot to say. I'm Eric Fowle, Vice President of LNRP. I've been with the organization on the board for at least 10 years, going on 12, I believe. So I had the fortune to meet Tom prior to him being on this board, I believe. It's Manitowoc County Conservationist, so I'm well familiar with his work. It's well deserved of the award, and hopefully that program will live on in perpetuity, and we won't need to worry about at least 1 or 2 invasive species, but I'm sure there's more on the way. I appreciate everyone coming out and the support that LNRP gets from its board members and owners of great facilities like this, and that network of sponsors that help out on our day-to-day operations and the projects of all the partner groups. I lead up the Niagara Escarpment Resource Network, so I know full well the capabilities they bring to all the organizations and the support they provide to help make us look successful. So I thank Tom, I thank Jim, Ralph, and all the board members for all the work that you do. I know it takes a lot, and it's appreciated by many out there, as we've come to see. So let's keep it up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I just want to say just a few more words, and that is really a big thanks to Carl and Liz for hosting this barn dance. For those who don't know, if you look out that window and see the farm across the street, that's where I was raised. And my first gig was milking cows and picking stones here on the classic Saxon Homestead. And so this has been a great, great event. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate Carl and Liz's incredible generosity in hosting this annual event. 2022 is going to be the launch of our 20th anniversary, and so I invite you all on September 17th of 2022. Please mark your calendars now and show up and have a good time with a real barn dance. And with that, I'm going to give it back to Tom.
And a special thank you to not only Vagabond, as Rolf had mentioned, with Tina and Jason Preggy, who have been such outstanding partners. One of the things we're here celebrating today is sort of our unveil of our brand refresh. You see that around the room, some of you wearing the shirts. We're so proud of this, and Tina and Jason were instrumental in that process. We're so grateful, and they're here today, obviously, again, helping us tell the story. And to Rolf's point, that's part of what we want to get is on film, some of that unique story that everybody has to share in terms of the connection to LNRP and mission. It's funny, I have to say, I didn't realize it's the things you learn. So according to Rolf, strategically we introduced Frag so that Tom Ward had something to do in retirement. So now that's on film. That's good to know, right? And then what Tom Ward didn't know was the minute that he arrived today and put on the LNRP shirt and we got him in the board photo that we took right before you all arrived, Tom was committed for the next 20 years. So It's really the things you learn when you come to things like this. We're going to, in a moment here, go ahead and pick the raffle winners and then allow those of you who do need to move on with your evening to do so. But I do just want to offer a few words. First of all, if you are one of our LNRP board members, if you would be so kind, could you please raise your hand? So we've talked about this, and Carl with his comments in terms of our partner groups. The model of LNRP is so unique in that, in essence, really the people who comprise us, who really help motivate us and drive us forward at the community level with so much of our conservation work, are our partners. And our board is largely comprised of those partner representatives. And so much of who we are as an organization is our partner groups. And to that end, I just, on behalf of our team, want to say thank you to our board for all the great work you do in partnership with us. We're so grateful to have you and to have you giving of your time and talent in helping us move our organization forward. So thank you. We've thanked the Klessigs, and again, we're looking forward to a 2022 celebration, as Jim mentioned earlier, as we move into the barn dance and that really being our kickoff for our 20th milestone anniversary. And as I look around the room, and again, we're so lucky to be able to gather here again today, even on a smaller scale. But as I look around the room, again, it kind of brings it back front and center for us what it's all about. And really what it's all about for us, collectively in this room, is natural resources, land, water, leaving these things, that legacy for that next generation. Teddy Roosevelt, our former president, had a great saying that was, far and away, the best prize that life has to offer is to work hard at work worth doing. And I would only add to that, and I think it reiterates it when you look around the room and you see so many great friends and supporters and partners that are really core to who we are and what we do, that what's really essential is that you share in that work with people who share your passion. And the reality is, again, when you look around this room, we have that shared passion for ensuring that we do care for our greatest natural resources, that we do advance land and water conservation work for future generations in this region, in this state, and beyond. So again, I just want to thank all of you for being a critical part of that. The reality is that at the end of the day, LNRP is only so good as the people in this room, as an example of that we work with, that help us have that kind of impact on the local community level. We're honored, we're privileged, we're so proud to work with all of you. And I will just pull forward one last little adage, which I always keep in the back of my mind from my conservation hero, my dad. And I probably, if I had a nickel for every time heard him say this growing up in Sheboygan when we would be out fishing or hiking or walking the beach, but he would remind me that there is no such thing as a dress rehearsal when it comes to caring for our greatest natural resources. And that has stuck to me to this day, and my dad's been gone for 2 years, and I hear him telling me that. And our reality, of course, in this room is that the work we carry forward into LNRP's 20th anniversary in 2023 and beyond, the work that you all do in terms of the community impact and your partners, and not only your partners, but where you work professionally, and our farmer friends and our ag partners, the reality is that work will continue because it's the people and the passion that power it. So thank you all so very much for being a part of LNRP, for really helping in terms of the essence of who we are, carrying that mission and vision forward. We're excited to have you join with us back here in 2022, when, as Liz said, we have that rightful party and really have a chance to kick off what we know is what we believe is going to be a really special 20th milestone anniversary year for us in 2023. So again, thank you all so very much for being here tonight, to the Klessigs for having us, and let's carry forward together the good work that we do. With that, I think I'll pause. Yeah, I'm a politician at heart. Go ahead, it's fine. Yeah, see? I've clearly lost my touch. I've been out of elected office now for 3 years, so I've lost my touch. I should have afforded that opportunity. Again, thank you to everyone for being here, for all the great work you do in collaboration with us. As our new logo says, collaboration, conservation collaboration community. That is exactly who we are, and that's because of all of you here. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to the Klessigs. Thanks everybody for sharing in your day with us. We appreciate it. See you soon.